Hey everyone, Aaron here with a fresh new video, and I'm gonna give you some tips on how to crush that daddy-daughter dance that will get you more gigs, get you paid, and make sure that everyone, including you, are having a great time. Here's exactly what I did to prep for this event. I jumped on Crate Hackers. This has been a super helpful tool to me, and they have at least 6, the last time I checked, family event crates. I went through all those, grabbed some songs, built my own playlist, and just started throwing stuff in there like, yeah. Threw that in, made it big. Then I jumped on Top 40. What's being played right now? What's huge? I decided to go towards this event with targeting the 10 to 12-year-olds. I wanted to make sure that the music I played was fresh, that they would have heard it. I think if I could get them onto the dance floor and dance, the younger ones will definitely follow, and then the older ones, they'll be into it too because I'm playing the music that they like as well. By the way, if you guys are doing one of these events, ask the event runner if it's okay for you to bring your daughter. It was so much fun to have her there. It was the first time she ever came with me to a gig. Got to see what dad does. When she went around to like hang out or grab food or talk, some of the girls were like, "Where's your dad?" And she's like, "Oh, my dad's the DJ." And the kids were like, "What?" Let's talk about the gear I brought. Found out ahead of time sort of what the venue was, where it was. I looked it up online, looked at pictures, saw how big it was, and I realized, with the 200 plus guest count, I'm taking my Bose 32s, which is what I did. Sub 2s worked great. My Rockville XL booth, the Denon Prime Go was the controller I used, brought a wireless mic. I also brought with me my Ape Lab Maxis for the background and my brand new Ape Lab sticks, which are awesome. I'll do a review on those later. Crates are stacked. I got games ready. My gear's pumping. I'm ready to go. They open up the doors and then I just go into it. I wanted to come into something up-tempo. I really want to stay around like 120, 130 most of the night, especially, with the dads and the kids. They're just going to be jumping and moving, so I wanted to keep that vibe. So I kind of opened up a set, and by the way, I will link in the description every song I played, and it is a banger list. I kept the dance floor packed. About 40 minutes into it, everyone's having a great time. I just dropped Stay. And I could hear the teenagers going, "Oh!" And they were singing along, and then all of a sudden, dead silence. What happened? Why is nothing going on? I have a checklist in my brain that goes off whenever this happens, and it's happened to me before. The first thing that my brain goes to is power. I turned around and looked behind me. There was a little 4-year-old girl standing right behind me, holding both my plugs in her hand, pulled apart, looking at me like Urkel.
Did I do that?
And guys, I taped it down, okay? I taped my power down. She reached, untaped it, and just, boom, just unplugged it. Everything went out. I stood up in front of everybody, and I go, "All right, guys, I got unplugged." And all the dads laughed, right? It's funny. Some kid, this poor dad whose daughter it was, he looked at me, he's like, "I'm so sorry." So I plugged everything back in. Luckily, I was using my Denon Prime Go on battery, so I didn't have to restart that. Once I got the power back on my speakers, it was like literally 30 seconds, I was up and running again. One of the things that was cool there is that they had hired some actors to play characters. I think it's a great idea. When I heard this idea, I was like, this is great. The only thing I was a little bit confused about is who they hired, okay? They brought Marilyn Monroe and Dorothy from Wizard of Oz. Dorothy I can get, right? I guess, Dorothy, maybe the kids knew who that was. Marilyn Monroe? Was that for the dads? Maybe. So Marilyn comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, will you do the chicken dance?" Now, she asked me to do that right before I had my power pulled out. So when the power got pulled out, I thought, well, let me do the chicken dance and, restart this thing. Here are some things I did not do at this event. Number 1, I didn't play any Disney songs. I'm not saying anything against Disney, but I told you earlier, I was targeting 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. I just was like, I'm gonna make this more like a dance party and not like a formal. I only played one Kids Bop, and it was Stay. And the reason why I used the Kids Bop one is because I can't find a good edit for Stay that doesn't have the F in it. And there's 3 F words in this song. Come on, Bieber. And I'm afraid that I'ma fuck it up. When it came to slow dances, one of the things I noticed a lot in the Facebook groups, people would ask, what songs you're playing, and I kept seeing like Butterfly Kisses and, Daughters and I Held Her First. I went a different direction. Picked out 2 slow songs, I played them both. It did exactly what I wanted it to do, which was let them dance, but together. I said, all right, girls, go find your dads, bring them onto the dance floor for this next song. And then I played Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. For the second slow song, I did the same deal. I believe we did like a limbo. I did that 2 ways. I had the girls go first, and then afterwards I had the dads go, and it was so much fun. They could dance with their daughter, but it wasn't like a slow butterfly kisses. I just didn't want to create that moment, you know, during the night. So after that last song, I played 2 more songs, and then we did a big group picture, which I organized that, and then it was done. I've gotten several inquiries since that event, which was only a couple of days ago, asking me to do other things. You know, put the prep in and lock it in and nail it, and more gigs will spiral out. Remember, I was in a room full of 200 people. Potential clients there, who knows? They might have a friend that's getting married. Maybe someday I end up doing the wedding for those kids, which would like blow my mind. Finding the right music and clean edits is such a big part of an event like this. That's why I put my playlist in the description if you want to download it. Also, if you want to see where I get my music from, you can click on this video right here, and I'll see you at the next one.